Welcome back. In this video, we're going to chat about how to get HTTP GET methods. In the previous video, we had a look at creating the post method. Now we're going to do the same by creating the GET method. So the GET method is basically pretty simple. What we're going to do is in our single form page, we are going to do the result of a GET method. So instead of using post, we are going to use get. So I'm just going to literally copy the code that I've pre-written, and I'm going to paste it in. There we go, and it's pasted. So basically, in the welcome.php, we are just going to change this. It's going to remove this code, and we're going to add a different code, which is basically exactly the same. So I'm just going to hit save, and then now the code that we've just created is quite simple. However, most important thing is missing. You need to validate the form data to protect your script from malicious code. Now, think security when processing PHP forms. So this page that we created that does not contain any form validation. It just shows you how you can send and retrieve form data. However, the next pages that we will creating, I will show you how to process PHP forms with security in mind. Proper validation with form data is important to protect your form from hackers and spammers. So if we were to load this up, which I'll do in a bit, just want to get my browser out. So I'm just going to say, just going to navigate towards it quick. What do we call it? We call it simple form. If we type something in, and then it will go, then it will take that and use a get to take it to welcome.php. So you see that the name at the top will be displayed and the email address at the top. Reason why it's not showing is because my server is not set it up for this function at all. So the get versus the post. Now both get and posts creates an array. Array equals value plus key value, key 3 value, and so it goes on. So this array holds a key value of pairs, where keys are the names and the form controls, and values are the input data from the user. Now both get and posts are treated as get and post. There are super globals, which means that they are always accessible regardless of the scope. You can access them from any function, class, or file without having to do anything special. Now, the get is an array of variables passed through the current script via the URL parameters, where post is the array of variables passed to the current script of the HTTP post method. Okay, so one is URL and one is HTTP post. When to use the get. Now, information sent from a form with the get method is visible to everyone. All variable names and values are displayed in the URL. The get also has limits to among the information to send. The limitation is about 2,000 characters. However, because the variables are displayed in the URL, it is possible to bookmark the page. This can be useful in some cases. Now, get may be used for sending non-sensitive information. Note that get should never be used to sending passwords and or sensitive information. When to use post. Now, information sent from the form with the post method is invisible to others. All names, values are within the body of the HTTP request and has no limits on the amount of information to send. Moreover, post supports advanced functionality such as support for multi-part binary input while uploading files to the server. However, because the variables are not displayed in the URL, it is not possible to bookmark the page. Developers prefer post for sending form data. So that's kind of what we are going to do. So in the next video, I will show you how to create a validation on your forms to make sure that your